Welcome, welcome, welcome everyone. Look at all these beautiful faces. It's great to see you all on campus. We're so excited to be able to have this opportunity. This has been a lot of planning. And again, like I look around and I'm so excited, as I know everyone here is, to be able to host this event. So let's just, before we kind of get into everything, just remember that all the expectations that we have, right, in terms of just mask wearing, distancing. I know it's difficult. We all want to hug each other and shake hands and do everything, but if I could just encourage you to just keep that in the back of your mind. The last thing we want to do as faculty is just kind of be policing you. This is a great opportunity for you all to celebrate what an amazing accomplishment you all have completed. So let's enjoy it and let's have a great kind of morning/afternoon. Okay? What I want to do is I want to start off, I'm going to invite Thea up to do the land acknowledgement.
Before I read the land acknowledgement, I wanted to raise that this is not just to remember the land we are on, but our ongoing commitment to reconciliation, especially as we remember the 215 children who were found at the Kamloops Residential School, and how their discovery has led to the discovery of 104 children's remains at the Brandon Residential School in Manitoba, and countless other sites that are now being searched for children's remains. We at Appleby College acknowledge that these lands on the shores of Lake Ontario are steeped in Indigenous history. For thousands of years, it has been the traditional land of the Huron-Wendat, Haudenosaunee, and Anishinaabe peoples. Most recently, it has been part of the treaty lands and territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation. We acknowledge and thank the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation for being stewards of this traditional territory. May this acknowledgement renew in us our commitment to persist in truth and reconciliation.
Since we haven't had many grade bands, at least in person, you're going to have to bear with me as you listen to me speak for just a quick couple of minutes. So every year, a collective class legacy emerges. This year, obviously, we had two cohorts, but had the exact same focus. From early on, it was obvious that the class of 2021 was going to challenge the norm, or as Thea put it, invite and disrupt. As a collective class, you accepted responsibility to promote social justice. You recognize that we, as humans and as a community, need to be better, more knowledgeable, and more inclusive. Through the number of initiatives which many of you spearheaded, facilitated, contributed to, you have made a significant and lasting impact on this community. You have taught us to be more accepting, more responsible, more inclusive, and more open-minded. While we may feel we are one small voice, your voice is much louder than you think. As Dr. Sampson noted last week in her chapel speech, let people in. Build those positive relationships and surround yourself with people where you can be your genuine self. And most of all, learn from one another. In such a difficult and unusual year, this group in front of me has completed so many remarkable things. So today I stand here with a mix of emotions. Some of those, that first emotion is sadness. I'm sad that comes from the fact that you didn't get to experience everything that this year normally has for you. But then I feel a sense of gratitude and hope. Thank you for all the memories that we've all shared, and I will certainly cherish them always. That feeling of hope is for every one of you. I know that you're going to be just fine as you go on to that next stage of your life. You've developed all the skills that you need to be successful in that bigger world outside the Appleby gates. They may be daunting, but rely on your character and values to help guide you. Don't be afraid to lean on each other, because you never know who you will need or when you might need them. I'm reminded of something called the domino effect. Each year on November 13th in the Netherlands, they celebrate Domino Day. In 2009, the world record domino fall was recorded. Here, more than 4 million dominoes were lined up. From a single tap on one domino, it unleashed more than 94,000 joules of energy. For me, I needed to contextualize exactly how much that energy was. So I did a little bit of research and found out that it is the amount of energy required to complete 545 push-ups. So each domino requires a small amount of potential energy. What Lauren Whitehead discovered and reported in the American Journal of Physics in 1983 was that one domino could not only topple many things, but it could topple bigger things. He noted how a single domino has the potential of bringing down another one that is 50% larger. So here's what researchers did to replicate his study. 8 dominoes were created out of plywood, each being 50% larger than the one before it. The first one is a mere 2 inches, and the last one almost 3 feet tall. From a small flick, a giant and loud slam was the result. The domino effect tells us many things, but one thing for sure is that one idea or action starts with one person. Leaning on the person beside you for help, support creates a momentum. And together you can generate enough energy and power for that one idea or action to come to life, to change the world, and to create that giant and loud slam. So this leaves me with my final comment. Don't forget about us here at Appleby. We will always be here, waiting for you to stop by and let us know what you're doing and what you're up to. If you can't come by campus, then send us an email, letter, messenger pigeons, whatever you need, because we always love to hear from you. Stay connected as a class, and please continue to change the world. Thank you, and good luck. So before I invite Thea back up to give the grace, what's going to happen is a couple members of staff will come around and send your table up to the buffet that's located behind us. Please don't just all go up. Okay, we need to obviously make sure that we're following protocols, so someone will come around and send your table up. Okay? Yeah.
Okay. Good morning again. I was asked to say grace for today, and as many of you know, Appleby and Chapel the past few years have been doing a lot of work in expanding beyond Christianity. So for the prayer this afternoon, it didn't feel right for me to just pray for you. Instead, I would like to invite all of you into a time of reflection and gratitude. I will give us a minute of silence and offer that you use it in whatever way best supports and uplifts you before we share this meal together. I would like to offer some pieces that you can reflect on or pray about in this silence. First, to thank Sodexo and all those who have organized this lunch, as well as the staff and teachers who have remained committed and cared so deeply for us throughout our time here. To be thankful for our ability to get together and celebrate while remembering the effects that COVID has had across the world. To keep in mind the hurt we have seen in the news in the past few weeks, from discovering the children at Kamloops to the family who were the victims of a racially targeted Islamophobic attack in London last week. As we remember them, we also remember the strength and care we have as a community, and the ability it gives us to stand up and create a just world. Finally, remember the opportunities this year has brought, and the leaders it has shaped. As we leave this place, what do you hope will remain of your legacy? Thank you for sharing this time with me. Enjoy your meal.
Oh no. Come on. have to stay on because it's a beautiful day. Hi everyone. Today we are graduating high school, and because of that, I would like to start with a big round of applause for each and every one of us. Think about how far we've come individually and as a class. I'd like to say our class is undoubtedly been the most successful, outstanding, and attractive classes in Applebee's history. We've all grown into such intellectual, inspiring, and strong people who each have the opportunity to truly change the world. Let's take a quick blast of the past, get some nostalgia in the air, and look at the trends that have also changed since we've been here. When we started Applebee, high-waisted jeans were in, and now, for some reason, low-waisted jeans are back. Why? We used to whip and nay-nay at parties, now we do the dab, and we do the low. We started out doing Musical.ly, and now we're doing TikTok, so I guess some things never do change. And most importantly, we started out looking up to the people who sat where we are sitting today. It still hasn't hit me that we are approaching the last few hours being Applebee students. Time truly does fly by when you're having fun, and I can confidently say that the graduating class of 2021 has had a lot of fun. We made our mark, and by now, everyone here knows where they're going next year, wherever that may be, and so for that, I'd like to give another round of applause. No matter what grade we came to, Applebean, we all remember the nervous energy and the overwhelming feeling of a huge campus, the scary older students, trying to find a table at lunch on the first day and deciding if we should actually do our top button up. Now, Applebee is our second home. Applebee feels like home, and all of you feel like family. Look around. Look around at the people beside you, across from you, behind you. Some of these people are your best friends. Some might be the person you had science class with during period 3, a person who let you skip the lunch line with, a person who let you borrow their charger, someone you've known since grade 7, since grade 11, the person you share the Quincy with. What I can say is all of us sitting here right now have made an impact on each other and the Applebee community. We all have one simple thing in common that will never change, no matter where we end up in this world, and that is our shared experience at Applebee College. Let's take a second to actually recognize the incredible moment that's happening in each of our lives right now. All of us are closing a chapter of our books of life, and we are about to start writing our new chapter in just a couple months, which again, hasn't hit me. But it's crucial to remember that when one door closes, another one opens. And so now's our chance to take on this world and show everyone exactly what Applebee students can do, what we're made of, what we've learned, and most importantly, what we can give. What all of us can give is a very long list, and I know somewhere on that list is the skill of knowing every single word to the hymn, How Great Thou Art. And now, even my final speech is coming to an end. And, again, it hasn't hit me. But one thing I can say that has hit me is the unforgettable 6 years I've had here with all of you. That has hit me. That feels real, and that is something I will never forget. So, to the graduating class of 2021, I know it's cheesy, but I have to say it, we did it! We did calc, we did the beep test, we did grade 12 during a pandemic, we did walkathon, pink days, spirit days, semi-formals, chicken burgers for lunch, obviously, AP courses, chapel services, we did it all, and we did it together. I've always written poems, but I only started sharing them with others this year, and so it only felt right to share one final poem with all of you here today. The day in our lives has finally come. Now, we are all Applebee alum. From middle school, upper school, to where we sit now, I find myself pausing and asking how. How are we done? How are we here? Am I finally finished writing and reading about Shakespeare. Being surrounded by so many amazing peers, I know I wouldn't change a single thing about the past 6 years. We might be scared and unsure of what's ahead, so I'd like to leave you with something Dr. Seuss once said. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes, you can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know. You are the person who will decide where you go. So find your passion, chase it, and acknowledge the potential that you carry. And to the teachers, never forget us, because the grads of 2021 were legendary. Thank you, and you already know, stay classy. Okay, so now we're going to be presenting the awards that were voted. First up, the Leadership Award goes to Dawson Maloche. The Class Spirit Award goes to Miranda. The Optimism Award goes to Simi. The Academic Mentor goes to Adrian. The Altruism Award goes to Thea. And a tiebreaker here, Kat. And, oh, the best friend of the grade, again, Simi! Okay, so just come and see Mr. Awards afterwards to pick up your award. Thank you, everyone. It's been real.
Thank you, Avery. I would like to call up Jenny Randall now to make a couple remarks.
Good morning, everyone. I just want to take a few minutes to thank everyone who contributed to the grad class gift. Without your donations, we wouldn't have been able to pull any of this off. I know firsthand how hard this year has been for all the senior twos. It makes it even more incredible that we were able to pull all of our money together and make this happen. It really shows how we have adapted and persevered throughout our time in this pandemic. The gift this year not only will represent our class for many years to come, but it also brings back a historical piece from athletes past to the present. By reinstalling the Athlete College logo from the original dining hall, we're bringing two timelines together. Not only creating a conversation piece, but also leaving our mark as a grad class. Lastly, I wanted to do a special thanks to the grad class house ambassadors, Adrian, Chloe, Shalika, and Edward, for all their hard work throughout the year. Now, if Mr. Van Nostrand and Dr. Sampson would like to come to the front so I can present them with the 2021 grad class party gift that will be displayed at the dining hall entrance for everyone to see at the beginning of next year.
Thank you, Jenny. To everyone who contributed to this and to the House Ambassadors, this is a fabulous piece that was sitting back in the yard for years and years and years after the building that was there before the John Guest Student Commons was built. And we took Zook and Fraser Grant back there and said, do you have any idea what this is from? And they said, this is an historic piece, the old building that was put aside. So the fact this has been reinstalled, I think is a wonderful tribute to all of you that talks about a connection to our past and also representing you, not only for this year, but for generations to come. So thank you everyone for this really thoughtful and delightful year. Appreciate it, and thank you, Jenny.
All right, I would like to now call up Mina to be able to address you all on campus, which unfortunately last year he didn't have the opportunity. So, Mina, come on up.
Thank you, Mr. Morris, for that wonderful introduction. I'm still getting used to being introduced as a alumni. I think it'll take some time for me to get used to that. But thank you all for giving me the chance to come speak with you all today. It's wonderful to see you all again. It's all my good friends, my teachers, my mentors. You know, it's always great to see you, our paths cross again, as I hope they continue to far into the future. And for those I haven't met, I'm Mina, class of 2020, and it's a pleasure to meet you. So grade 12, seniors, class of 2021, congratulations. Isn't it awesome to be all together like this again? I think you'd all agree it's quite an incredible energy in the air when this community comes together to gather like we all are today. The feeling is palpable. And for me, it's a real honor to come back and share the air with you. Well, maybe not share the air per se, but nonetheless, to share this space again with you all is a privilege. And what a beautiful space it is. I know you Bailey and Walker girls know how beautiful the sunrises are out here. You know, I was walking around campus earlier and I looked over Main Field and saw the AWB building. You know, it just reminds me like how beautiful and how stunning this campus is, and how lucky we are to call it home. But you know, it isn't the buildings or the sports fields that really make this place special. As you know, those things come and go. It's really the loving, caring, passionate, brilliant, real people that make this place and the Appleby community truly one of a kind. Never forget that. And thank you all for being those people. You know, while I was walking around this morning on the turf, so many of you took the time to say hello to me and make me feel back at home. And you know, none of that ever goes unnoticed. And I appreciate that so, so much. I cannot tell you how grateful I am for you to have welcomed me into your community today. And so grade 12, it's with great pleasure that I have the chance to welcome you now officially to the Appleby Alumni Association. Congratulations. I will warn you though, leaving this place and becoming alumni, it ain't all that easy. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. I mean, there'll be a lot of rainbows, I can promise you that. And you'll most certainly bask in the sunshine. Heck, next year might be the most fun that you ever have in your entire life. I know it was for me. But don't be surprised when it rains too. And don't let that catch you off guard. Because when it rains, it pours. For starters, all of you will go from grade 12s, leaders, the proverbial top dogs, right back to the bottom of the food chain. Just like that. You'll go from living with some of your best friends to living with complete strangers. Some of whom you might not like, but that's life, and you gotta get used to that. So remember, there will be ups, there will be downs. You'll take some big wins, and make sure you celebrate those. You'll take some hits too. Take those on the chin. Some days it'll just be your day. You'll get an A on your calc midterm, Drake will drop a new album, and that girl you've been thinking about will text you for the first time, all on the same day, and you'll just feel on top of the world. And some days will suck. And I don't care who you are or where you are, some days you're just gonna be down terribly. But a big step of maturing is knowing that both of those days will pass. And having the maturity to understand that and the awareness to keep living. I know this sounds cliche, but hear me out when I say stay the course, stay present, stay mindful. I can't even describe the incredible people you'll meet, the crazy opportunities you'll stumble upon, and the discoveries that you'll make if you apply yourself to everything and give everything a chance. At university, you'll start to make a lot of your own decisions. And that sounds great, and it is great, but that much freedom can be daunting at times. You can be whoever you want to be. You know, you can go out whenever you want to go out. You can stay in whenever you want to chill out. I know that excites a lot of you, but I will caution you in this way. At university, or wherever you'll be next, no one's really checking on you every day. You know, Mr. Morris isn't there watching your every step. No more curfews, no more scheduled study time, no. Life serves you 24 hours a day, and it's your job to divide it however you so choose, and figure out what's best for you. And if you don't get that balance right, school can be tough, and it can become impossible to do even half the things you always wanted to do. And that's okay, because you might not figure it out right away. Just be honest with yourself. Be patient and be honest with yourself at all times. Don't kid yourself into thinking that you can write that 10-page paper in one day and still get an A. Trust me, I've tried it, but you can't. You just can't. As much as you want to, there's not enough time to do everything and read everyone. I'm more than sure that at some point in your time here at Appleby, you might have felt like you had a little bit too much on your plate. I know there were times I did. But the lesson there is so important, and it's about budgeting time for the things that make you happy. And that goes without saying. With the pressure of the so-called real world, sometimes make it easy to lose sight of that. What I'm trying to say is, with all this new freedom you'll have, don't be afraid to take time for yourself. Please do. Don't drop some of the great habits that you picked up here once you're outside of the structure that you're most used to. First of all, take care of your bodies, take care of your health, stay active, whichever way works. Buy a new pair of running shoes, pick up yoga, go vegan if you have to, do whatever works. But I can't overstate how important this is. And don't forget to take care of this guy as well. Yeah, this is such an important time in our lives, and all that freedom can be frightening. University is a different beast. The stakes are a little higher, responsibilities are a little more, and the expectations can be a lot bigger. Again, be patient and be honest with yourself, and lean on the network of young alumni you'll have at your school. Especially those first couple of weeks as you all get settled in. You're all you have, and you can always lean on each other, and that's the beauty of this community. And shoot a text to your friends that are traveling away. I was one of those people, and it can be lonely away from your buddies, and we need some love too. But in all seriousness, grade 12s, last thing, the best advice I can give you is don't listen to me. What I mean by that is, don't just listen to me. What do I really know? I mean, I'm a lot like you guys. I know a lot of stuff, and a lot of the stuff I've told you will help you out next year. But the rest, I'm still figuring that out. Because I don't have all the answers. And you'll soon figure out that no one does. One of the scary parts of growing up is that you don't even know what you don't know. But that's why you have the beautiful people sitting around and in between you. Your advisors are like gold. And trust me, they're not paying me to say this. I actually mean that. I truly believe that. But it's time for them to cut you loose and let you out on your own and apply the lessons that they taught you. So I'm telling you now, be intentional about seeking new mentors and finding guidance from the people that you meet, especially those much, much older than you. Sure, times change, but a lot of things stay the same. And in this hugely significant period of your lives that you're entering, the humility to reach out for guidance is critical. Remember that. So grade 12s, I won't take any more of your time, and I wish you all the very, very best. I look forward to hearing about your successes and celebrating them with you. Welcome again, new alumni. Thank you.
Hi everyone, and before I say a few words, and I know everybody's ready to go home and celebrate, I do want to do a big thank you to Mina for coming today and officially welcoming you to the alumni. He's a great ambassador for all of you, and I'm so thankful for you today, Mina. I just wanted to give you a little gift on behalf of everybody here. So it's from all of us to you. And congratulations, class of 2021. We're so proud of you and so excited for all your new adventures. I'm so glad that we were able to come together in this fashion and celebrate with you. A couple of things I just wanted to say in closing remarks is just to look out for emails and things from me, because as the Director of Alumni, and I work with Christy Marasco in the Alumni Office, we will be trying our best to support you next year, the year after, whatever you need in terms of mentoring, guidance, networking, professional development. Our goal is to work with you and help you whatever life stage you're at. So stay connected with us, and we will do our best to help and work with you and keep you guys connected too. Before we conclude today, there's a couple of things I just wanted to do, and the first would be for sure is to say thank you to a lot of people who behind the scenes help make today possible. So first and foremost, I'd like to say thank you to Mr. Moores, to Avery, to Thea, and to Jenny for helping make some speeches and co-hosting today. And to a lot of people that were behind the scenes setting this up. Christy Marasco, Jude Alexander, Jen and Cody from the Advancement Office, thank you guys so much for your help. And Sodexo back there, an incredible meal, thank you so much for everything. To facilities who helped bring out all the tables and chairs this morning and helped set up this whole turf field. To Ryan and AV for setting up the sound. To all of our marketing team support, Nicole, Tracy, Chris for all your pictures and videos. This is a big team project and it just shows how tight this community is. So thank you to everybody for all your support. And I want to thank all the advisors for being here and being such great champions too. So thank you for everything. The final thing I just want to say is we do have in the back southwest corner the numbers 21 set up for some photo opportunities if you'd like to take that with a nice lake in the background. We just ask that you do kind of keep in mind obviously the protocols of social distancing. A couple other things too in terms of the time capsule for your class that we would like to bury in Alumni Way so that you can open that at a future reunion. There is the yellow bin over here where you can add items to it today if you brought them. If not, we'll keep the time capsule open for the next 2 days as you go through your graduation ceremonies, and you can bring something with you, and we'll place it in the time capsule at that point. And also, final thing, on all your tables are some special pennants as a little token of a memory for today and for welcoming you to the Alumni Association. Please take that and put that up in your new rooms. It would be awesome. And that pretty much concludes the class of 2021 Leaving Class Luncheon. I thank all of you guys for coming today and for your support. So welcome to the alumni.